Alright, so this is my submission for the Hat in Time Speedrunning Challenge 2017. Pay no attention to the fact that this is actually the wrong video game. It is in fact speedrun of FreezeMe, but that's not important. What is important is that I get that text box, because when I get that text box, it allows Mr. Piggleton to start running, and then basically I gotta wait for him, because he's slow and we're fast, and yeah. And I have to do this, or else every time I start the level, Mr. Piggleton will be waiting for me to get spooked every time I launch into the level. So my name is Mildew. As you may have heard me say, this is my speedrunning challenge. I mean, FreezeMe. That's what I'm doing. And with me on commentary is Kona. He's another runner of the game. And also, alright, well, I messed up your trick. He found that trick of bouncing on top of that minion's head. That saves like a second because you don't have to freeze the thing. Normally you would have to... You talk to Piggleton once again and he tells you can freeze minions, and you do it on that minion, and that's how you learn how to use the freeze maneuver in this game. This second mission has a little bit of precise platforming. I'm going to try to beat a cycle on a platform that is moving up and down. It's very precise, and I'm pretty sure I just messed it up by not getting out of the cutscene in time, but we'll be fine. We'll be fine. Alright, just gotta jump over here. That's probably gonna start going up. Alright, yeah, I messed it up, but that's alright. Probably should have been paying attention to what I was doing. But that's alright. I missed a second cycle. Alright, cool. So we're just gonna wait for this platform to come down. And then once it comes down, I'm just gonna do what I'm supposed to do normally, which is just jump on it before it starts going back up. And then we're gonna press this button over here, and it opens up this cage that's over here. And then we're gonna get another text box as soon as I go over to this area, telling us that our camera has been changed to automatic camera zone thing, and we can't move the camera, and we can just jump to the thing over there. So that's so basically my entire commentary is gonna be me explaining how to do things casually, and then showing you people how to do it the speedrun way. Because this game is excellent, and there's no bugs whatsoever. It's the perfect game. Everybody should learn how to do the speedrun, and it's just amazing. So, this next cube is Logolo. Each world has its own boss. They're very unique and entertaining, to say the least, I guess. I'm also going to be getting a collectible in this level called the Screws. And there's multiple catapults throughout the worlds in this game, and they're all broken because Fat the Cat destroyed them for some reason. I guess he didn't want you using them. So we're gonna talk to this pig, and he says something about being lonely up there, so he gives you a screw. I honestly don't know. And then we're gonna talk to Logolo. He starts talking in pirate, and we get our first freeze. That's an achievement. And then we're gonna activate these two minion sounding things, and one's gonna blow off, the other one's gonna blow up, and that's pretty much the boss. So, yeah.
So Mildew, why are you playing in another language?
Oh yeah, I didn't mention that. I'm playing in German because it is faster by like 2 seconds. And the only reason why I know this is because I only use the first cube as timing, and before I switched to German, my best split on the first split was like a 114, and then immediately when I switched to German, because I thought if it's faster in Breath of the Wild, it would be faster in FreezeMe, my best segment went from 114 to 112, so here we go. Here we are, we're speedrunning on German.
So Breath of the Wild strats were incorporated in FreezeMe.
Yeah, pretty much. So, the last cube, I mentioned how we were going to be using catapults, and I'm just going to repair a catapult. What were you saying, Kona?
Oh, never mind. It was nothing important.
Alright. So, I'm going to kick up this wall, because you can infinitely climb up a wall with your wall kicks. For some strange reason. I couldn't begin to tell you why. And then we're going to shoot to the planet and grab the cube, just like that. That cube is done. We're doing good. So the next one, the next cube we're going to do, I'm going to do like a huge sequence break. Because normally you're supposed to, I think you're supposed to like push some blocks into like some gas or something. And then that like... that activates an elevator, and then you gotta do some platforming, but, we're gonna use this big cube in the middle that has gravity properties for some reason. And we're gonna jump on that, and then we're gonna jump, like, not straight to the cube, but, like, pretty much straight to the cube. So we're gonna use the teleporter that I unlocked at the beginning of the run, because it's much faster than just, walking straight over there. So here's the cube that has some gravity properties. So we're gonna jump from this corner over to here, and then we're gonna jump from here to here, and then we're gonna get an achievement that's that says that was fast, which is there's FreezeMe's speedrunning challenge of 2015 is when I think this game came out. So yeah. This game has its own like IL leaderboards. I'm going the complete opposite direction of where I want to go. Right there is a challenge door opening up. I can't remember like how many cubes you need for each door to open up. Whenever you see me kind of like spaz out a bit, it's because a challenge door is opening. So the next cube I'm gonna get is a race cube. There's one in each world again. Of course, there being 3 worlds. I don't know what just happened there. There's 3 races. We only do 2 of them though, which is unfortunate because I kind of like the races. And I'm gonna talk about my movement tech that I'm using to go fast. So basically what I'm doing to go fast is I dive, I jump, and then I can like immediately dive again. The only downside to this is that when you dive, you lose like all control of your character. So you have to pretty much land on the ground or like kind of flip out early in order to like move again. And it's kind of like really slow to flip out and move again. Alright, so a good time on this would be sub 40. I hope I get sub 40. If not, I'm a fraud, and I apologize. Alright, 37. That's actually really good. And so Pickleton had some words for us, and then we go and grab the cube. Basically the entirety of like the level, like the cubes, a lot of them have the same challenges in them. Like there was the races, the bosses. Now I'm gonna do a clock challenge. In the game, there's these little challenges where it spawns blue coins and there's a clock somewhere hidden in the map. And what I would need to do is I would need to like freeze the clock in order for my time to not go down, which is honestly like a really good thing that this game does. Like, no joke. Like, I actually think it's really cool that they made something like that in this game. I'm just going to get a screw really quickly for a catapult that I need to do in this level. So after I get the screw, I'm gonna go pick up this teleporter. And then we're gonna go do the clock challenge. Now, when I step on this red button here, this clock starts going down, and I froze the arm on the clock over there, so the timer actually stops ticking down. And now I'm just gonna go get the blue coins, and then we're gonna finish the level. 19 and 20. Had a little bit of a problem getting that coin. That's all right. So yeah, each level has its own race, each level has its own boss, and each level has its own clock challenge, as well as like their version of SM64's 100 coins, which for some reason is 150 coins. I'm not gonna ask why, but that's what it is. We don't do any of them in the run because they're all slow and not fast, so that's why we don't do them. So now I'm gonna do a now I'm gonna open the second catapult that's in this level that I'm gonna be using for the last 2 cubes that I get in this level, and then we're gonna move on to Chilly Cool Frozen Mountain, because you can't have enough synonyms for frozen in a level, because who knows, maybe somebody won't think that your level is cold. Who knows, but we'll get there. Right now I'm just gonna do some stuff, open up this catapult, and then I'm gonna line up my catapult very carefully, and then we're gonna launch. That was actually really slow. Like, I took a really long time to set this up. Oh, that was actually kind of close. And then we're just gonna go to the cube, and that's that. That catapult's actually really precise. This next one is actually even more precise. I'm gonna need some super serious, like, thinking time for me to get this catapult shot right. If I don't get this, it pretty much ruins the entire run. Like, that's how precise, like, this cannon shot is. So I'm gonna use that teleporter as soon as I get into the level again. And then we're gonna go straight to that catapult once again. And I'm gonna set up my cannon shot so that I can get this last cube. Alright, we're gonna do our little dives again. It's actually really difficult to dive up here. Alright, we're gonna set up the thing, and there we go. That jump is frame perfect, by the way. Actually, it isn't. I just thought it would be cooler if I said it was. And we're just gonna freeze these 2 things. And we're gonna go to the side of the... Alright, we didn't go to the side of this, but that's alright. Freeze this yellow spinning thing at the top. And then we're gonna grab this cube. And that's the end of Sunshine Valley. So now we're gonna move on to Chilly Cool Frozen Cold Chilly Mountain. And we're gonna do my least favorite cube in the entire game, which has to do with magic boxes, but we don't actually step on the magic boxes. You're supposed to, like, there's like, I think you're supposed to jump on like the blue parts, and then like platforms, more boxes appear, but we're gonna use the wall kick maneuver. The infinite wall kick maneuver that we cleverly have And we're just gonna climb this tower that's in the middle so that we can get on top and grab the cube. Alright. See, the wall kicks themselves are actually really finicky. I was having a little bit of problems with this in practice. Alright, so we're up 1. We just have to get up this one. Alright, that could have went better, but I'm actually really happy with that because it could have gone worse, and that's actually really good.
Yeah, these wall jumps are super finicky.
Yeah, sometimes they'll shoot you out like into the first one, and then other times like it'll pretty much get you up there within like 2 wall kicks, which is like the most optimal way, but nobody, well, I don't want to say nobody's had it happen to them, but it's actually like really rare that you get up there in like 2 wall kicks. It's pretty dumb if you ask me. Alright, so next is the concrete structure. The best way to describe this one is, it's actually that cube that you see right there. You just have to get to the top of that concrete structure, and then you pretty much grab the cube. But we're not going to go straight towards it the way that's intended. We're actually going to skip over to this gravity part, which has like a really huge hitbox for some reason. And then we're going to grab this teleporter because we're going to need it in order to enter that castle right after this. So I'm just going to jump and do some kicks because while in the air, you don't really lose too much height if you kick in the air. So we're just going to eventually kick up here when R decides that she wants to. And then after that, we're just gonna kick up here and grab the cube, please. Thank you. This is actually really... please don't soft lock. Alright, we're good. So, anytime that you grab a cube, the game kind of has a chance to soft lock. It's, I'd like to say it's very minuscule, but nobody really knows what makes the game soft lock. Except for one cube. I kind of know what makes it soft lock, but not really. But the most any one of our runners has gotten is like 8 in a singular run. He doesn't run the game anymore, to be fair, because I don't think I would have either if I got 8 soft locks in one run. That's a little extreme. Alright, so this is the castle, and in the castle is the second boss, or the boss of this world, which is Pontus. Pontus is actually pretty easy to beat. So when he raises his sword, you just gotta kick him. And you do that 3 times, and after you do that 3 times, you break his armor, and then he complains that his mom made him that armor, and you're a bully. So you just kick him 3 more times, and that's it. And of course, because this is a semi-bad run, he decides to explode right after I kill him. I hit him for a 3rd time. Because usually what happens to me is I usually hit him a 3rd time, and then he starts running towards you for God knows why.
I would consider that a good outcome, personally.
Yeah, that's probably like the best outcome.
He also can't forget when he just instantly kills you if you get too close to him.
Yeah, that is true. If you get close to him, for some reason you don't get invincibility frames, and he stabs you like 3 times in a row and you're dead, like immediately. So in order for me to like avoid that, I kind of like back up a little bit and I turn around and freeze him again. So this one is the Crystal Labyrinth. This, I'm gonna be completely honest, this level is really bad casually. Not because of the camera. Actually, the camera does kind of contribute to why it's bad. They're over here. There's kind of like a alright, if I can go under it. There's a hole in the wall that you can just run underneath. It's actually really hard to see it in the place itself. So if you weren't really looking for it, you wouldn't really know what to do. And that's why it's kind of bad casually. But other than that, it's a pretty quick and simple cube to do. Alright, so next cube we're gonna do is the race of this level. It's completely on ice, and pick your favorite ice level, which by favorite I mean least hated, and if you try to compare it to this game, it doesn't really compare at all. And this game's ice physics are horrible, and going fast on ice can be very difficult. And I'm not even joking here, like, going fast on ice is a pain and a chore. If you jump at all, you lose, like, all of your momentum. So instead of, like, doing my normal jump dive, I'll just do one dive and slide on the ice for the entire thing, because you kind of, like, gain speed as you belly slide. The only time I'll really jump dive is when I need to, like, fix myself. But yeah, the ice physics are actually, like, really bad. Alright, so that was that. Good time on this is pretty much like a 26, 20. I think I've gotten a 24 on here once, but I'm not 100% sure. That wasn't too bad. And of course, grabbing that cube takes 5 years because you have to start up running on ice. It's really bad. And I hate it. So the next cube we're gonna get, we used to skip the whole puzzle entirely, but I kind of found a way to do it faster than this skipping the whole level. It's also got a couple of precise jumps in them, but they look really cool, so you can trust me on that. So basically what this puzzle entails is you step on, like, certain points of a platform and these ghosts appear, and after these ghosts appear you freeze them, and when you freeze them they become bouncy for some reason. And I'm gonna use one of them to my advantage and pretty much get to the end of the level. That coin was following me for some reason, I don't know why. Alright, so I'm gonna jump over here, and then we're gonna turn around, jump off, jump over here, step on here, the ghosts are gonna spawn, and then we're gonna freeze the last one. And then we're gonna use the last one to jump over to the cube. And that's that cube. That cube's one of my favorites because of how cool the movement looks. So the next cube I'm going to be doing is this level's clock mission. Unlike the one in Sunshine Valley though, I will be doing this mission without freezing the timer, because you can barely make it. Like you have like 3 or so seconds to spare, but you can definitely do it. And it's really nice to do. So I'm gonna go over here, jump dive over to this location. Again, we're gonna press the red button, and we're gonna collect all of these coins. Now, the thing that could mess me up here are these bombs that these guys drop. Alright, I guess they can stop me themselves. I might be screwed here. Yeah. If that guy didn't stop me, I would have been able to get that. That's a little discouraging, but that's alright. We just gotta do it again. Oh man, that was actually really close. Alright, we're getting it this time. What did I miss? Oh my god.
You'll do get good.
This is really bad. I'm trying.
Hello, buffet time.
At Konasumi.
Oh, and I died. I forgot that I was actually really close to dying. Alright, so we're doing this clock mission again because I messed up somehow. I don't know how I missed that one blue coin, but I missed it. And unfortunately, we died, so gotta do that again.
You'll do get good.
I'm trying, Buffett Tim. I'm trying. Alright. So, third time's a charm. We're gonna go through this. It's gonna go perfectly. Nothing bad is gonna happen. Alright. That time we got it. We got it this time. There we go. So, a good thing to mention, if I die this time, with a cube already spawned, it'll still be spawned if I die. So that's pretty cool. That was really, really, really bad. And with that, we are done with chilly, cool, cold, frozen, icy mountain thing. So we're gonna go on to the last world. Not counting the final level where you go beat the final boss. Giant Bits Island. It kind of has like a really strong resemblance to Mario Galaxy. And where it's got a lot of planets and they all have a bunch of gravity stuff, and it's pretty cool. So we're gonna use the wall kicks again to get up here. And again, the wall kicks kind of messed me up here a bit. It's alright, we got up there first try. That's a salamander in the middle there. That's another collectible. You use that to get some bonus stuff in the game. But enough about that. Back to the speedrun. Alright, so
Stairmaster wants to know if
So-
you're using the mildew strats.
what's the Mildew Marathon strats? Is it the one where I get something to happen that never happens?
He means
I
falling
hope
to the sand
not.
planet,
I hope
getting
not.
stuck.
Well, speaking of that, it's a good thing you mentioned that, Stair, because that's the next cube that I'm going for.
Mildew, when is Mr. Shifty?
When's Mr. Shifty? That's a good question. I don't know when
is
Mr.
Hotline?
That's a good question as well. When I feel like it.
Mildew, when is Endless War 2?
When is what?
what is that? Buffet time.
Mildew, when is...
Never heard of that game.
Alright,
is
so-
Enemy 2?
We're gonna. Hey, we did it this time. So we didn't get the soft lock that I got last time. We're just gonna
Hey.
jump towards this cube that's in a glass encasement, and if I can grab the cube, that'd be great.
Is it really glass if it has no collision?
Yes, because that's what the developer intended it to be. And you know, we all know that anything intended by a developer shouldn't be abused by anyone. Because if it's abused at all, then it won't get patched, like, at all.
If you use a glitch, it means that you don't know how to play the game correctly.
Yeah, exactly.
Glitches are for cheaters.
Yeah. You got
True
that right.
words have never been spoken.
Alright,
Only
so
people use glitches.
next cube we're going for is the Ice House cube. And in It says I get 2 screws, but I don't think so. I probably
Are you
do.
using a new route?
No, I think this is my own route. I'm forgetting my own route. I mean, this is my own splits. No, they're actually these are Amelin splits, but they're split names. But my splits are on here. All right, I'm getting off on a tangent. We're gonna go get a screw here at the end of this planet, the planet's ring. And we're just gonna jump back here. Hopefully the gravity is nice to us, and it was. We're gonna go into this catapult. We're gonna go this way. Yeah, no, I'm not gonna the second screw. And then we're just gonna use this.
Bongos.
DK bongos? I don't know. I don't even have
DK
them.
bongos FreezeMe.
I don't even
That's
think
a
you can
great
do that.
idea.
I don't even think you can do that. Can I do 4 bongos? I probably can. I'll think about it, and then I have to. No, there's too many inputs. There's too many inputs. All right, we're getting off on a tangent here. I gotta explain what's happening. So I jump up this ice house, and then I grab this cube, and that's that cube. Wow, that was a gold split. I don't know how, but it was.
Rest in peace, Shockwave strat.
Yeah. One-handed FreezeMe with the fidget spinner in the other. Yeah, that's how I'm playing right now. You don't know it, but I have a fidget spinner in my hand spinning the whole time.
I'm telling you, each DK bongos is 6 inputs. So, yeah.
Yeah, but how would I? I'll try to figure it out at some point. I'll have I'll have the meme boys.
DK bongos.
I'll have the meme boys set that up for me if they can. So the next cube that I'm getting is quite possibly the hardest cube in the entire game. It's filled with precise jumps and a lot of really difficult platforming, and I hope I get it first try. So we're gonna go to this part right here. We're gonna climb up, and then we're gonna precisely jump. All right, well, there goes my excellent joke. Alright, so you can see the ice physics kind of working their magic here. It stops me from going forward sometimes. Alright, so all I had to do was jump on top of that one column, and that was the cube. But because the ice physics are so good, they stopped me from jumping up there so many times.
At no duo, when is Rock Band Guitar % for FreezeMe?
When is who in the what?
I don't
Rock
have
Band
what?
Guitar.
Oh, there's no way that's happening. There's not enough inputs on a Rock Band
Yeah,
guitar.
there definitely is. You just need to get good.
I have to aim with my camera.
And I beat Hotline with a Rock Band guitar. You can beat your meme platformer with a guitar.
Hey, this is not a meme, dude.
Yeah, this is the greatest. This
What are
is
you
the
talking
greatest platformer of all time. Could
down, or
could somebody get this guy out of the voice chat? Actually, don't. It's alright. I'm joking.
No, this is the Hat in Time speedrunning challenge.
Oh yeah, that's right. It's a Hat in Time speedrunning challenge. I'm doing really good right now.
Different. 26 days
Alright,
before launch.
so the next cube we're getting is another precise cannon shot. I don't know if that's gonna make it. Okay, we made it. We're gonna skip some math because math is dumb. And yeah, there you go. So you're supposed to count up to 11 there, using 3 number dials. But we can just get on top of that that cliff right there and just jump to the cube. You could I'll think about it. I'll think about that that server mute.
Now, there's a D-pad and there's also the whammy bar. Thank you very much.
I guess I'll think about it. I'll figure out how to do it.
It's not an excuse, Meltulo. It's not an excuse.
Alright, so next is quite possibly actually I'll save the best cube for last, which is the boss of this level. Everybody in the chat, please @BuffettTim Thank you very much.
Yeah, this is abuse.
Alright, so the next cube we're gonna get is... we're gonna get another screw, and we're also going underwater. And we have some really good underwater physics going on here. If I press the right bumper, I'm able to turn around really quickly. You'll see it right here. What a great animation for turning around. Also, there's a glitch that happens when I'm gonna press this button. For some reason, when I press the button, I get out of the swimming state, and then I can just run in this pipe. And now that I can run along in this pipe, I jump up, and there you go. That's a little difficult, only because, words are hard. It's difficult because if you gain any height while, walking underwater, you lose the property, and, swimming in this game is really slow, so I really don't want that to happen. So, onto the best cube in the game, if I don't die in the hub world, which I did. So yeah, that's a thing that can happen. I died in the hub world. Yeah, so take two.
You know it's good.
We're gonna do this again.
At Mill Duo, how do you do BLJs? in this game?
We haven't found BLJs yet.
Oh, wow, not a real
If
game.
anybody wants to spend $15 and try to find that, that'd be helpful to us.
That really helps us out.
Yeah, it really helps me out. Alright, so we're going to the boss of this level, which has a very great voice actor. If there were if you could nominate it for best voice acting, then I would 100% nominate whoever decided to go with this. So we're gonna catapult ourselves over here, and then we're gonna go straight towards him, and then just listen to this.
I'm not listening to
And
this.
that's it. That's the that's the sound that boss makes. So the premise of this boss is I have to jump on top of the ball on the back to make it surprised, to make it from a happy face to a O face, and yeah, and then we just kick him,
That's not very nice.
and he explodes and drops a cube.
True, but Faye, the spider is very evil.
Yeah, very
Spiders have
evil.
rights too.
Don't you see
Spiders are human.
Did you not see the fire that was coming off of that spider?
Because
Fire
you're hurting
means
him. You're attacking him, dude.
Fire means evil, Buffet.
Yeah, exactly.
But see, he wouldn't have used the fire if you didn't hurt him. He was just trying to chill, chilling this.
Alright, I'm gonna cut you off here and start talking about the video game again. So, we have one more cube until we get to the final area, which is Fat the Cat's Den. And, I'm going back to icy, cool, chilly, frozen, cold mountain. And we're gonna get the last cube that we need in order to get to the last area. This is actually the cube that can 100% soft lock if I do something specific. I'm gonna try to not do that because it's a little bit easy to do. And then we're gonna go straight to Fat the Cat's Den. So there's a cube in the middle of this. You're supposed to hit some monsters into a cauldron or something, but I can just jump straight up this mountain, and we're just gonna jump right into the cube. I think I should be fine. Yeah, we're fine. The thing that I shouldn't have done if I was to soft lock was go straight down the hill, and for some, I guess I still don't understand why it soft locks, but it soft locks the game. I'll show you guys after the run if I have time. I mean, I'll probably have time. So now we're going to Fat the Cat's Den, and Fat the Cat's Den is something.
Why do you call him Fat?
Cause that's his name. His name is Fat the Cat.
Nice.
His name is Fat the Cat. So we're going up here, and we're going into the teleporter. So, Fat the Cat's Den is probably one of the worst designed levels I think I've ever seen in a platformer ever. The lava at the bottom of this planet does not instantly kill you. So if at any time I were to touch it, I would have to wait until like 3 hits in order for it to like actually kill me. These block things, these black like hexagon things, could mess up my jumping with their shaking. There's this purple platform that moves, and I just messed up. So here's the lava. There's no death plane, so you just have to wait until it just kills you in order to start the level over again. I'll try to not, actually, I think that messed up the elevator. No, we're fine on the elevator. Alright, so this is definitely the first time I'm in Fat the Cat's Den. Don't get me wrong. So, jumping up these black hexagons again. Pretty sure they're hexagons. If they're not, then I'm dumb. And
Mildew, why don't you just use quick save and quick load?
Cause that's not in this game.
Oh, so it's a bad game, right?
So this is what I was supposed to do. I was actually supposed to duck under this and go onto the second elevator. And yeah. And then we're going towards that monstrosity over there, which is a bunch of planks out in the middle of the open for some strange reason. Alright, and there we go. We're gonna grab this teleporter because we need it, because we're coming back to here, believe it or not. We're gonna bounce on these, avoid the spikes, which are really easy to avoid. Watch out for that, and of course I get hit for it by it. Jump up this slope, making sure to dodge all these meteors. And I'm just gonna grab this really quickly because coins actually give you health. Alright, I was gonna jump on top of that, but I wasn't confident in my skills. Alright, so as soon as we're done with this, here is Fat the Cat. He sounds like a dog, and he mentions it at some point. He's like, I don't sound like a dog. So he starts his attack off right away, and we can get like a quick first hit. Now, basically this boss is running away from him and waiting until he starts to jump. When he jumps up and tries to fly up, we freeze him. And yeah, that's the extent of the entire boss fight. His path is like completely random, so I'm kind of staying away from him on purpose.
I thought the game was freeze me, not freeze him.
Yeah, it's freeze me, because Fat the Cat's just asking you to freeze him.
Ooh,
So, after the third hit, he starts bringing down these meteors, and they're quite possibly the most annoying things ever, because they have a really big hitbox for some reason. Alright, I'm gonna YOLO it. I shouldn't have YOLO'd it. I thought I was close enough to get the hit on him without having to freeze him. I should be close here. Many times I have lost runs to these meteors. They have really huge hitboxes for no reason. And, are really devastating. So I'm gonna skip a cutscene here, but basically you go Super Saiyan. Don't ask any more questions other than that, but yeah, you go Super Saiyan, and that's your special. What's your question?
One is hotline.
All right, good question. So we're gonna use this ability to beat the final boss, because normally you're supposed to actually collect every single cube in the game, and then you're supposed to do like another platforming challenge to get to the moon where Fat the Cat is on. But one of our old runners, Grim Donuts, found out that Fat the Cat is actually standing on top of the moon. That's where you actually fight Fat the Cat the last time, and with a little bit of precise flying, and you'll see the flying in a second. So when I press freeze and jump at the same time, we go into rage mode, and while in rage mode, I'm able to fly, which you'll see in a second here. So I'm just gonna start flying. It looks a lot like another video game's flying mechanic, but trust me, this is 100% original and not in any way copying anybody. So, all right, that was a little close. Art started flying down, which is not what I want to do. All right, so I'm just gonna jump off of this tree here. I think we'll be fine. Yeah, that'll be fine. Alright, first try. That's actually really good for in a marathon setting, considering I haven't actually done that for so long. Basically, the fight on the moon is the same as the fight beforehand. The only difference is it's on the moon. That's literally it. He also jumps higher, so they added like a little black platform to kind of help you out to hit him. But again, after 3 hits, he'll start raining down meteors, and yeah, so that's the fight.
So this is pretty significant because the skip that Mildew did to get to the moon skips about 50% of the game.
Yeah,
so
it's really insane
cubes.
how much of the I have 25 actually. It skips alright. Oh, I thought it was whew. Okay. So, there was a thing that happened there where I kind of like turned sideways after I hit Fat the Cat. If I get stuck in that animation, the only way out is to actually fly. And when I fly, I actually start getting off of the moon, and it would waste quite a bit of time because I have to go back on the moon. Alright, so this is the final hit. There we go. So after that, he says something about FreezeMe 2, and then he flies away. Now, you see there's a button prompt at the bottom of the screen that tells me that I can skip this cutscene. And if you listen carefully, I am pressing the A button, and no matter how hard I press this A button, I can't skip this cutscene. So time's coming up really shortly. Time is now time.